In 2017, a man from Zimbabwe named Za called into Barstool Radio to help Dave Portnoy prove that Barstool's fan base isn't just comprised of white bros.
Za?
Julie from Zimbabwe, your crowd is more diverse than you think.
No way. You're stringing.
No chance this kid's from Zimbabwe. What country borders Zimbabwe?
Zambia to the north, Mozambique to the
Although, to be honest, that could be totally made up.
That radio call secured Za an invite to Barstool HQ.
What's going on, man?
Great to meet you.
My Zimbabwe friend.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on?
In person, I'm great.
How long are you here for?
Who knows? Indefinitely.
What do you mean indefinitely?
Where he ended up making quite the impression.
You can't be having someone come and DM celebrities when you've built this company brick by brick. You know what happens when you do that shit in Africa? You get thrown in a river full of crocodiles.
I like this guy, Za.
He was hired on the spot.
Za came to me and said, hey, I'm a big GoPresGo guy. They're going to ship me back to Zimbabwe. I need a job. I said, Za, you're with me now, buddy.
And permanently relocated to New York City.
Are you taken at this moment? Do you have a girlfriend?
I'm single as a $2 bill.
And while he ended up becoming an integral part of the Barstool family, he never forgot about his real family back in Zimbabwe. So in 2019, he returned to the motherland to pay them a visit. And as Barstool's foreign correspondent, I figured I might as well tag along. Welcome to Barstool Abroad, Zimbabwe. Myself, our cameraman Chef Donnie, and Za all took completely different routes across the planet to get to Zimbabwe. Chef Donnie had a layover in Ethiopia.
Electric playpen that has yet to be assembled.
Za had a layover in Dubai. And myself, coming from China, had a layover in Singapore. Cool thing about the Singapore airport, they got a butterfly garden right next to a hoon lounge. Oh, we got some dropping like flies. That's what happens when you put the butterfly garden next to the hoon lounge. And here we have a skinned zebra, just in case you want to make an impulse buy at checkout. It says out of Africa, but no, we're not going out of Africa. We're going deeper. I'm waiting in line to buy my visa, but if you zoom closely in there, you can see Za in the window up there. I love it. Here to greet me. What a guy. That's Zimbabwean hospitality.
Hey, how are you? How's the flight?
Doing good, man.
There you go. Welcome.
The flight was smooth. There is Chef Donnie. All right, he made it. And just like that, the crew was assembled.
The Independence Monument. It's the national, I guess you call it the national ark.
Yeah.
That was put up in 1980 to celebrate our independence from those goddamn British.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Fuck the Brits.
So there's a fuel shortage. These are people queuing for fuel.
That's the line right there?
That's the line. See how long it is? Look at that.
Jeez.
Look at that. That's people waiting for gas. But when you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, this shit's for the birds. So we're gonna be traveling with our own gas, actually. So we can avoid this.
For gas?
Bro, there's people joining the line, bro.
Wow.
All right, and this is our road.
We had arrived, Za's parents' home, which we would also be calling home for the next few days. Casa del Za.
This is it.
And the queen of the house was there to greet us.
Donnie and Donnie.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I
That's
believe I called
Donnie
you
and
the
Donnie.
same thing.
You can call me Wonton.
You don't look one time.
I don't look like Wonton,
You know what a wonton is?
No.
The Chinese
type of-
dish. Like a spring
One
onion.
ton, that's Chinese. I thought you meant you were 1 ton in weight.
So you'll hear everybody calling me my Edzai. Edzai is Za's older brother.
Okay.
Mai means mother of. Mother.
My.
So my pupu, mother of pupu. My Edzai, mother of Edzai.
Cheers.
After a quick refreshment, it was time for Za to give us an official tour of the compound.
Welcome, boys. Welcome to Zimbabwe. This I guess is our crib.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys have noticed, we're like in the dark. In typical Zim fashion, there ain't no electricity. That stuff is gonna come back like at 10 o'clock tonight.
So how often do the blackouts happen?
Every day.
So they happen pretty much every day.
At 5 a.m.
You heard that?
And then they come back on at 10, between 10 and 11 p.m.
So have these blackouts been going on like for years? Like, were you dealing with
Oh
that?
yeah.
2008 was the worst.
Yeah, you heard.
2008
was the worst, and I was down here. There was a time when it went for 3 weeks straight, so we had no power whatsoever. So here at least it comes back at 10.
Ooh, this is comfortable.
Nice little bed. That actually was my bed. So you can see, if you come check it out. I broke the bed. This was my bed. As a kid, I used to do fucking, what's that wrestler's name? 5-star frog splash. That was my favorite move. Rob Van Dam.
Rob Van Dam with 5-star frog splash?
Yeah, and I broke the bed, and my mom was not happy about that. So now it sits on bricks.
Does your dad follow Barstool Sports?
No, they actually don't know. They actually don't know the company. Well, now this is the first time they finally know what the company's name is. All they knew was I work in media. Zimbabwe's like ultra conservative, so if I drop as you can see, I'm sneaking in my F-bombs here and there. If I drop an F-bomb
I
or
won't
an
be
S-bomb,
dropping any F-bombs in front of your parents.
F-bomb and S-bombs, I'll get whacked. Look at that sun hitting the wonton right. Look at that. That African sun is hitting him right, baby.
I think I need to take a shower at some point. I've been traveling for 2 days straight. Once the golden hour had turned into dusk, we revved up the generator and then met two very important people. Za's old man.
Oh!
That's my old man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, bye.
That's Donnie.
You are a doctor, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Za's brother-in-law, who would also be our guide for the trip. This is Farai.
Correct.
All right.
Although for the purposes of this trip, you call me Fuzz.
Oh, cool guy. He sees the camera now. He's whipping out the cool guy nicknames.
Yeah.
Without him being down on the ground, because Zimbabwe, you have to be on the ground to do business. So without him being down here, nothing would have happened. So I'm actually very grateful for the help that he's provided us. And I think we're going to have fun. Dinner time, first dinner. That looks like beef.
That's goat.
Goat?
Yeah.
Oh, we got goat meat.
Yeah.
Then we got the Roadrunner over here.
Yeah, Roadrunner.
Roadrunner, aka free-range chicken.
Yeah.
This is rice and peanut butter. Pretty disappointed that my mom is trying to pander to white people by putting salad on it. I mean, you guys are in Zimbabwe. You should be eating like Zimbabwean shit. She's eating like fucking salad for you guys? Like, what the hell is that?
Well, she served us goat. Everyone was so welcoming that by the time we sat down for dinner, we already felt like members of the Chimedza tribe.
Toyota Land Cruiser, one of the older ones. It's a very, very strong car from like 98. So if you look at me and you look at the car, you see that the math just doesn't add up, right?
No.
The math doesn't add up at all. My little driving aids here, this is what I use to drive. Grab one of these, right? Plonk it on a pedal, and we're good to go.
I wonder if just like some really short soccer moms who drive those gigantic minivans could use these.
And just like that, bada bing, bada boom.
Za's mom needed some maize flour to make sadza, the staple food of Zimbabwe. So she sent us to the local market to grind some grains.
I don't know if I told you what the market name was earlier, but it's called dust. Like the ground, because it's just dust on the ground.
Woo! This is probably what most people think all of Africa looks like. Just red dirt, some thatch roofs, wooden little shacks. But it's a pretty diverse place. I mean, it's gigantic. It's a continent, not a country. As the grains were ground, we scoped out the rest of the market.
You get your fresh veggies and all that nonsense.
I've already got us a good deal on tomatoes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You already worked in the...
Yeah. You can negotiate for a good pair of fake Oakleys. You can negotiate for a good sack of tomatoes. This is the hot spot. They got a crock pot filled with chicken back here, and then in front of me, they're playing snooker. I don't know. That's what they call bull. So do you work here at the market?
No, I'm just moving around. I'm just selling this. So, hey.
Is this used for a baby?
Yes, for baby, yes.
Oh, it looks comfortable.
Not comfortable. It's too harsh.
It's too harsh on the baby or on the person carrying the baby?
No, it's the harsh economic environment.
Oh,
that's why you say.
Yeah. That's why
things are tough.
Things are tough. As you can
things
see,
are tough. So whatever you can sell, you gotta sell.
But people are not turning out.
Yeah.
People are not buying.
Yeah.
So what can we do?
Well, I wish you best of luck.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
God bless you.
In recent years, Zimbabwe's economy has been struggling with hyperinflation and vast debts, and the government has been trying to silence anyone complaining about it. As a result, whipping out a camera in public often makes people a little uncomfortable.
Musanzwa, just pretend. They want to be paid to think. There are eyes on us. You white cats are gonna get me beaten up out here, man. Let's get out of here, Donnie.
Zah says we gotta get out of here. We're getting hounded.
People are getting agitated. They don't like your vlogs.
It wasn't our time nor place to be filming a political piece, though. So we just focused on getting those grains ground for Zah's mom instead.
It goes from this, and it comes out like that. This is what feeds the nation.
After an authentic Zimbabwean experience at the market, Zah decided to take me someplace he thought would be more in my comfort zone. He's trying to make me feel at home. So he took me to one of the few Chinese food restaurants in Zimbabwe. It's going to be interesting because every foreign country's version of Chinese food is completely different. Sangalan?
He speaks Mandarin.
Sangalan. Yeah. Look at, they have a Chinese dog. Oh God! Holy shit. Maybe I'd be better off eating African for lunch.
Chicken gizzards, tasty as hell.
I prefer to just call them zards. Neither me nor you really know what part of the chicken the gizzard is.
And actually, my old man might know. Do you know what part of the chicken the gizzard is?
It's the stomach.
So it's from the stomach. There you go. You got it.
Oh, the chicken gizzards there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there's also some in the thing. There's also
like one?
It's a delicacy for me.
Yeah, these are good. It's just a very kind of succulent piece of dark meat. Would you eat these a lot growing up?
Oh yeah, yep. It's one of my favorites.
Oh. I'm back.
Oh yeah.
I'm back for 2 or 3 of them.
Oh God.
Before I have a coffee.
I mean, I hate giving my dad compliments, so I'll use that as a preface. But that's a pretty dope tie.
I love the whole outfit.
Oh yeah.
Fit check.
That's where I get my swag from.
The gizzards were weird, but I hadn't seen anything really fucking weird until I opened up Zah's fridge looking for some golden hour sodas. You got some beers?
Golden hour?
Yeah.
The freezer in the garage is where I put them.
Whoa. Okay, here are the beers. What else you got in here? Is this an ear?
That is an ear.
Do I want to see what this is?
Pull it out. Check it out.
Oh my God. Is this an antelope? No, that is a goat. Holy smokes. All right. Come for the beers, stay for the goat's head. With our stomachs filled with chicken stomachs, we headed back on the road so Zah could show us more of Harare. Fun fact, the country's electricity shortage means that traffic lights are rarely functional.
So no power?
None of these lights have power, yeah?
Yeah, usually when there's no power, you need if it's busy, you need a pick and roll, you need a screener. Get a guy to set the pick like this, and you fucking roll to the basket. Oh, give me that screen! Give me that screen! Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I used to come here as a kid a lot, ride on the high chairs and the trains.
Wait, those high chairs are fucking high.
Whoa.
You should take us back to your childhood park at one point. All right, we're walking into Greenwood Park, which was Zah's favorite childhood park as a kid.
Yeah.
It's like a Zimbabwean ski lift. All right, we're now on the train. This is what you used to do for fun when you were like, all aboard, we're about to take off. Is it all coming back to you, Zah? Za's obsessed with trains and often spends his free time on a train simulator.
Here I am operating the 6 p.m. shift from Belmont Park to Jamaica.
So it was nice to finally find out the origins of his strange obsession.
Delivery would come every weekend.
And look at you now, you're an expert train
driver.
simulator conductor.
Oh, yeah.
Expert.
Train driver, get it right.
Next up, we visited Za's parents' nest egg.
Yeah, so we're here at the parents' retirement fund.
A lot of Zimbabweans will invest all their money into real estate.
Yeah, so real estate
is
is your safest investment in Zimbabwe. Instead of pumping money into a 401k, it's like the $100 that you would invest in your 401k every paycheck was coming into this. This was my mom's her dream house. Really slowed it down and really ruined it for my parents. Zimbabwe went through like some serious tough economic times and they're just broken. If that didn't happen, this would have been finished, and actually this is where we probably would have been staying.
This is nicer than Willie Crone's house.
It ain't no elevator in here though. Alrighty, that's all, folks.
On our way back to Za's house for dinner, we came across a cricket match and decided to make a quick pit stop to check it out.
I used to play cricket as a kid.
You were the guy behind the post? Sort of like the catcher in cricket?
Yep, pretty much.
You'd be a solid catcher.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, low to the ground, low center of gravity. Only thing I know about cricket is that instead of a pitcher, you have a bowler. And he's gonna try to knock off the little stick on top of those 3 posts.
So you can get it. So that's the equivalent of a strikeout in baseball. So we're on tea break right now.
That's the most British thing I've ever heard.
Dinner time in the Chimeta household. We got some white rice for you white folks. That looks like rabbit. Kind of tastes like chicken.
It's a superior white meat.
It's the superior white meat.
It's superior to chicken.
My dad thinks he's gonna get gout, so he stopped eating red meat.
The king's disease.
The guy used to eat filet for breakfast.
That'll do it. We sat down for an early dinner, as the next morning we'd be heading deep into the African bush and needed to be prepared for whatever we'd come across. Strap in for more episodes where we'll be getting better acquainted with the culture, food, and wildlife of Zimbabwe, while simultaneously deleting more than a zillion beers.